scholars, faculty members, industry leaders, and honored guests. It's, again, as I said, it's a privilege and an honor to be here. I want to especially thank our chief patron and president of Eudoxia, Dr. Sakai. I want to also the patron, Dr. Mayo, the vice chair of Eudoxia, the convener, Dr. Karas, the dean of the School of Social Science of Eudoxia, also Dr. Connor, the pro-vice chair of Eudoxia, and all the administration of this wonderful organization. All throughout, it's been such an honor and a privilege to work with each one of you in that way. Again, my discussion today is a little bit about some discussions I've had with colleagues over the past few months about, as we know, the growth of artificial intelligence. We're living through one of the most extraordinary periods in human history. Every day we hear another headline that's out there, whether it be AI writes books, AI diagnoses diseases, AI creates art, discovers new medicines, passes exams. All of the conversation everywhere is about what artificial intelligence can become. But today, I want to ask a different question. I want to ask, what must humanity become to deal with artificial intelligence? Because history has shown us something important. Technology always changes on what we do. You just look at the smartphones that all of us have today that has been discovered. Only people determine why we do it, though. And the future will not be won by those who simply have the best technology. It will belong to those who develop the greatest human intelligence. So today I'd like to explore 6 human capacities that no machine can replace and why they may become our greatest competitive advantage in that way. So let me share with you. First, as we know, the AI revolution is here. We've been talking about this. Many speakers have discussed this in different ways. And AI is really transforming every profession. It's accelerating research. All the disciplines have become more knowledgeable. So really no field is untouched in this arena. It may become the greatest technology advancement, but it is not our greatest human advancement. Because again, technology changes rapidly. We get all these new tools, these models, these algorithms, these capabilities that emerge. But human wisdom develops intentionally. How we judge, the character we have, the integrity that we provide must be cultivated, and they don't update automatically like our technology does. So our intelligence is changing. It used to be the old model was that knowledge equals intelligence. Basically, whether you're reading books, whether you're writing, whether you're doing some periodical research in a library. So the access to the knowledge is now universal, no matter where you are. If you are in Singapore, if you are in Malaysia, if you are in the US, or if you are in Sri Lanka, or if you are in Chile, you have the ability that equation no longer holds, that you have the ability to gain that knowledge. But in the new model, real intelligence means a lot of different areas that we haven't focused on previously. Things like asking better questions, connecting ideas across disciplines, making ethical decisions, solving these complex problems, and also leading each other effectively. So AI can provide the answers, but humans must decide what questions are worth asking. And that's why a lot of the prompts, the complex algorithms, the ways we approach this information is vital. So the first human intelligence, I think, is that's critical out of the 6 here is critical thinking. Again, AI predicts, but the humans evaluate. So researchers must learn now to really challenge these assumptions, verify the evidence, because you have hallucinations, you have outcomes that are not what you expected. So you need to question the conclusions. Basically, you look at how 2 people receive the same AI result. One person basically copies and pastes it, looks at it as gospel. The person accepts it without any scrutiny whatsoever. The other person critiques the output. They evaluate it. They challenge it. How can I refine it? And only one demonstrates that intelligence instead of just looking at it as an end all. So the quality of our future depends on the quality of our questions. The second human intelligence aspect that we talk about is ethical reasoning. AI cannot possess morality. It predicts possibilities. Humans have to determine these principles. And these are not really technical questions, they're human questions. And as we get more and more into deeper and deeper having AI be responsible for things, we really have to look at how we are using it. Should AI, like in hiring, should AI determine who gets a job? In healthcare, should AI set medical priorities? Or in sentencing and criminal justice, should AI determine criminal sentences? Or maybe in the military, should AI make defense decisions? AI can tell us what can be done, but ethics tells us what should be done. And that's a vital component that you can't replace. The third one is creativity. And again, AI recombines existing knowledge, but humans have that imaginative possibility that never exists. It's an innovation that happens when you have curiosity. Look at some of our greatest thinkers. Einstein reimagined space and time in the universe. Stephen Jobs, who I speak about quite a great deal in my classrooms, envisioned technology not just as a tool, but just a human experience. I mean, look at the aspect of how he branded earbuds and how he branded the Macintosh and Apple and making it really not just a tool that we use, but an experience that people enjoy. Florence Nightingale transformed healthcare through data and compassion and conviction. So it's not simply accepting conventional thinking, but researchers create this imagination of a future. The fourth one that's vital is collaboration, similar to what we're doing here today. This is a wonderful platform to illustrate the importance of collaboration. Innovation is no longer in an individual silo. It is now interdisciplinary. It's great getting breakthroughs and working together. You look at the aspect of healthcare and AI, engineering and psychology, business and data science, education and neuroscience. These are disciplines that previously were in their own silos, but are now collaborating together. And this is a vital opportunity where innovation now can grow where disciplines meet. There may be people that are here, myself coming from the business background, others coming from psychology background, others coming from the liberal arts background, all being able to work together and seeing how we can do teaching, learning, and being able to transfer this knowledge. The fifth one is vital again, leadership and emotional intelligence. I speak about this a great deal in my classes. Leadership, it's very important because AI can optimize, but still, people are the ones that inspire. And when you want that person that has that vision, that purpose, that creates that trust, that is where it comes from a humanistic aspect. People don't follow algorithms, or we don't follow great prompts, or we don't follow great outputs. We follow leadership, people that create that vision for us. On the flip side of it, emotional intelligence, I think, is one of the greatest advantages in the human spirit. AI can recognize emotion, but humans can experience it. That's why when you look at some prompts that look at wanting to get individual feelings and having people be able to make personal decisions, it's very difficult for an AI and they can't replicate something like that. So when you look at things like empathy, resilience, compassion, listening, they're all essential in our vital disciplines that we work with today, whether it be in healthcare, education, business, all part of leadership. So people may forget technology, but they never forget how it made them feel. So researchers are basically architects of the future. We do more than publish papers. We have discovery that influences humanity. This is a great example of what today, through these last 2 days, many researchers people that have been in looking at innovative approaches, people discussing some of their publications here. We are basically, again, influencing humanity and changing the way each of us feel in our thoughts and being able to open this critical thinking that we have. So when you look at things like policy or medicine or education, business and society, there's two fundamental questions. Can we? The technical scientific question, can we do this? And then secondly, should we? This is where the AI importance of ethical and vital integrity needs to be examined as we get into this technological journey that we're taking right now. Looking at the human question, can we and should we? This framework, as I said, puts together six vital aspects of human intelligence. And AI can amplify everything inside this framework, but it can't replace it. So the purpose sits at the center of this, basically surrounding these six pillars, as you see, with AI as the outer accelerants in that way. So at the center is purpose, and at the outer ring is our artificial intelligence that amplifies every human capacity that we have within. So as I kind of come to the conclusion, I want you to remember that the future isn't AI versus humans. I mean, AI provides the scale, the pattern recognition, the prompt opportunities, the processing, all these things for human capacity. And it's combined exponentially more powerful than being alone. But human intelligence provides the vital aspects of purpose, ethics, creativity, empathy, all these things that AI can't replicate, which then allows us to have better decisions, better innovations, better leadership, and better society. So I leave you with this. What I always tell my classes and tell students that I work with and others, let's build better humans. Not necessarily build a better AI, but better humans. And the future, again, as I said, isn't AI versus humans. The future is AI plus humans in that way. So as I leave you today, I give you a final challenge. When we leave this conference, this wonderful conference that we have, don't ask, how intelligent will AI become? Ask, how intelligent must we become? Because every generation inherits this remarkable technology. I think back and think of my daughters now who were basically born into the internet. And I think of myself who was kind of born back into ATMs and all kinds of different, the cell phone, all these different areas. So each generation is going to inherit these remarkable technologies. And these children that are born now are born into AI. But only a few generations choose to become wiser. The future will not belong to those who build the smartest machines. It will belong to those who build the wisest humanity. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you today and talk about this. And again, I feel as we get to the highlight of this technology revolution that we're in, it's vital that we make sure that we look at our own personal space and how we can make this a better society. Thank you again.